Excellent. So thank you very much to Rafi. And my name's Erin. I'm a 2016 Schulich leader, and I'm going to be introducing our next leader talk. So Izzy is a fourth-year applied math and mechanical engineering student and 2016 Schulich leader at Queen's University. Just recently returned from completing a fellowship program working and traveling in Singapore and Southeast Asia. Due to her innate curiosity about what it takes to have a fulfilling career, she has read a number of books on the topic, spoke to some of Singapore and Silicon Valley's most accomplished individuals, and did some experimenting and thinking of her own. Today, she is sharing with us what she has learned about carving your own path and cultivating a career filled with fulfillment, success, and mission. We welcome Izzy to the stage to present her leader talk, Carving Out Your Own Path and Refusing to Conform.
Okay. You guys can hear me okay? Okay, awesome. So yeah, this is a little off the beaten track in terms of our usual STEM-based talks, but it's a topic I've been thinking a lot about over the last couple years, and I just wanted to share with you guys kind of what I've learned until now. I'm now in fourth year, and it's a really big topic on campus for sure. So like many of you, over the past couple years, I've been asked many times by many people, what do you want to do after you graduate? So the underlying assumption here is that we should be able to imagine our perfect ideal job in the future today. Obviously, for many of us, that's not the case, and it takes a little bit more thinking than we might originally anticipate. So traditionally, jobs are meant to do one thing and one thing only: provide. This could mean putting food on the table or just providing a general, comfortable, and happy life. Jobs were viewed as the means to an end, the end being a happy and comfortable life. Of course, we assumed that any job that provides could lead to a happy life. But over the last few years, the thinking around jobs has evolved greatly. We now look for fulfillment, purpose, enjoyment in our jobs, and we've essentially redefined the model with how we think about our career. Now, jobs are thought of as the means and the end, where a fulfilling career is quite integral to an overall higher quality and happier life. So how do we get there? How do we find this job that motivates us, is fulfilling, and also provides well? A psychologist by the name of Frederick Hertzberg addressed this question with his two-factor theory, which asks and answers why we choose jobs and what makes us genuinely happy in these jobs. So people essentially pick jobs based on two main criteria. We have hygiene factors and motivating factors. Hygiene factors are the basic reasons we generally consider a job, so think salary, safe work environment, good relationships with managers, job security. These are in fact some of the only reasons that most people consider a job. But what Hertzberg found is that even though these are essential in a job, they actually only provide the absence of dissatisfaction, not the presence of satisfaction. So how do we feel genuinely satisfied in a job? This is where motivating factors come in. So these are completely independent to each person, but generally revolve around ideas like impact, community, responsibility, using your strengths, and being engaged in the work that you're doing. And it really requires us to understand our motivating factors and then identify the jobs which have them in order to be truly satisfied and fulfilled in our work. So how do we find this perfect, fulfilling, amazing, well-paying, magical masterpiece of a job? It takes a little searching, but you have two main options. You could take a deliberate strategy or an emergent strategy. A deliberate strategy is the strategy we take where we know where we want to go, whether that's being a doctor or an astronaut or any other career you feel has your motivating and hygiene factors accounted for. To do this, you can look at past astronauts or doctors and identify the things that they did and find the most important things to put on your roadmap to getting to that goal. The thing is, most of us don't necessarily know exactly where we want to be, which is where an emergent strategy comes in. This is the strategy you take when you're not 100% sure yet, but you're willing to try some different things. This requires us to be open to new experiences and opportunities and learn what motivates us through each of these experiences. This could be taking a spontaneous internship overseas. This could be talking to people whose careers you admire, or learning a new language or subject. From these experiences, you generally find what does motivate you, and you might find your next deliberate strategy doing so. Perhaps the person you spoke to wants to offer you a job, Or you love the internship you took, so you decide to start full-time overseas. It's hard to know exactly where an emergent strategy will take us, but it's important to know along the way that our careers will ebb and flow from emergent to deliberate. Even Dr. LeBerge today told us about how he went from studying physics to taking a job, and then this emergent opportunity came about where he decided to start his own business. He probably didn't imagine he was starting a business in fusion energy when he was studying physics. Essentially, what I want you guys to take away from this talk today is that it's okay to not know exactly what you want to do after you graduate right now, to be emergent and deliberate in your careers, to think about what it is that genuinely motivates you, and then think about a job in that field. Also, I want to mention that in this room, we're all very lucky to not have to face one of the heaviest weights that most students have to face today, student debt. We've been very lucky to be able to navigate our careers without always thinking about how we're going to have to pay off student loans. This allows us to think of our first job in the context of our motivating and hygiene factors, without just thinking about how we have to get the biggest financial return to pay back student debt. I encourage all of you guys to think about what it is that you light up when you talk about, what you might spend an extra hour each day doing, and what it is that truly motivates you in finding your career path. I think if we all do that by the 25th SLXCA, we might have some interesting and enthusiastic people to talk about their careers with. Thanks so much, and that's all I wanted to say today.